After watching so many shows and movies like The 300, you might be thinking that these are the ultimate warriors of the past, and no one could easily beat them. Well, sorry to disappoint you. But there were armies much more stronger than Spartans. Well, why don't you know about them? Maybe because they did not got a show of their own, or even if they got one, it did not went viral. Welcome back to our channel Tales of the Past. Today we are going to reveal the forces that could easily make Spartans eat dust. Don't take me wrong, I have nothing against Spartans. Even I got the motivation to going to the gym after watching these same shows. That's a different story that the motivation lasted only a week. But before we start our list, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I promise if I hit 1,000 subscribers or even 500 likes, I will start going to the gym again. Okay, now let's jump straight in. Number 1. Mongols. Picture this, the mighty Spartans facing off against the Mongol horde. While the Spartans were busy practicing their kicks and flips in the gym, the Mongols were perfecting the art of shooting arrows from horseback like they were handing out invitations to a nomadic archery party. Spartans may have had chiseled abs, but the Mongols had the maneuverability and range to rain down arrows like a fiery hailstorm. One could almost hear the Mongols whispering, "You brought a spear to an arrow fight?" Talk about an unconventional showdown in the history books. Imagine the scene, Spartans, those burly warriors with their shields and spears, standing stoically as the Mongol horde, led by the legendary Genghis Khan, approaches on horseback. Now let's break it down. Firstly, mobility. The Spartans were known for their phalanx formation, a tight shield wall that could stand its ground. But the Mongols were mounted archers, swift as the wind on their horses. Genghis Khan revolutionized warfare with his emphasis on speed, strategic brilliance, and the ability to shoot arrows accurately while riding a horse running at a speed of 70 km/h, 30 miles for our American audience. As for tactics, the Spartans were disciplined, but the Mongols were next level. Genghis Khan's innovative military strategies, adaptability on the battlefield, and psychological warfare tactics were unparalleled. The Mongols were experts at luring the enemy into a trap, a far cry from the Spartans' straightforward approach. And let's not forget logistics. Spartans were limited by their geographical confines, whereas the Mongols, with their nomadic lifestyle, covered vast distances. Genghis Khan's brilliant organization allowed the Mongols to sustain their forces over extended campaigns. In essence, Spartans might have been the Greek poster boys for brawn, but facing the Mongols and Genghis Khan was like bringing a spear to a rapid-fire, horseback archery festival. The Spartans' tight formation turned into a bullseye for Mongol arrows, and Genghis Khan orchestrated a military symphony that the Spartans simply weren't equipped to dance to. Number 2. Roman legions. Picture this, Spartans, known for their prowess, facing off against the formidable Roman legions. It's a clash of military titans, and here's why the Romans might just have the upper hand. Firstly, tactics. While Spartans were exceptional in the phalanx, Romans were versatile. Their legions could adapt to various terrains and enemy strategies, making them a tactical chameleon compared to the more rigid Spartans. Let's talk about equipment. Spartans had their iconic shields and short swords, but Roman soldiers had a more varied arsenal. The gladius, a short stabbing sword, coupled with the iconic scutum shield, provided a lethal combination. Plus, the Roman pilum, a throwing spear, added an extra layer of versatility. Organization is another key factor. Spartans lived and trained primarily as warriors, but Roman citizens served part-time, allowing for a large pool of potential soldiers. The Roman military machine was a well-oiled, disciplined force that could muster considerable manpower. Now, leadership. Spartans had their kings, but Rome boasted a line of military geniuses. The likes of Julius Caesar or Scipio Africanus could outmaneuver and outthink Spartan commanders, introducing a level of strategic sophistication beyond the Spartans' reach. In essence, Spartans were fierce, but facing the Roman legions was like going from a one-on-one brawl to a tactical chess match. The Romans had the strategic depth, adaptable tactics, and a diverse toolkit that could give Spartans a run for their drachmas. Number 3. Medieval Knights. Now, let's journey into the medieval realm, where knights in shining armor might just tilt the scales against the Spartan warriors. Imagine the iconic clash, the unwavering Spartans with their phalanx formation facing off against the thunderous charge of medieval knights. Here's why the knights could pose a formidable challenge. Firstly, let's talk armor. Spartans had their bronze chest plates and shields, but medieval knights boasted full suits of steel armor. A Spartan spear might find it challenging to penetrate a knight's defenses, especially when mounted on horseback. Speaking of which, mobility plays a crucial role. Spartans, bound to the phalanx, excelled in close formation combat but lacked the speed and adaptability of mounted knights. A swift cavalry charge could exploit gaps in the Spartan lines, creating chaos within their disciplined formation. Now, weaponry. While Spartans wielded their iconic spears and short swords, knights had a diverse array. From lances for the initial charge to long swords for close combat, knights could adapt their weaponry to exploit different situations, adding a layer of versatility. Training and specialization also set knights apart. They dedicated their lives to the art of war, often starting as squires and progressing through a rigorous system of chivalric education. Spartans, though formidable, might find themselves outmatched against the specialized, well-trained knights. In conclusion, the clash of Spartans against medieval knights would be a spectacle. The knights, with their heavy armor, mounted prowess, and versatile weaponry, could turn the tide in this hypothetical face-off against the mighty Spartans. Number 4. Ottoman Janissaries. Now let's transport ourselves to the Ottoman Empire, where the renowned Janissaries may hold the key to challenging the Spartan phalanx. Picture this: the disciplined Janissaries, armed with firearms and versatile combat skills, facing off against the Spartan warriors. Here's why the Janissaries could pose a considerable challenge. Firearms mark a significant advantage. Spartans, with their bronze shields, may find it challenging to withstand the firepower of Janissary muskets. The ability to engage from a distance disrupts the traditional Spartan phalanx, forcing them to adapt to this novel threat. Janissaries were not just marksmen, they underwent rigorous training in various combat techniques. Spartans, while exceptional in close-quarter combat, might struggle against the diverse skill set of Janissaries, who were adept both at range and in hand-to-hand situations. Adaptability is another crucial factor. The Janissaries, organized under a formidable military structure, could adjust their tactics to exploit potential weaknesses in the Spartan formation. Their flexibility might prove challenging for the rigid, but effective, Spartan phalanx. Furthermore, the Janissaries were not just soldiers, they were an elite force with a deep sense of loyalty and discipline. This unity, combined with their advanced weaponry and combat training, could potentially outmaneuver the Spartans. In summary, the clash between Spartans and Ottoman Janissaries would introduce a new dynamic. The Janissaries, armed with firearms, diverse combat skills, and a disciplined structure, could capitalize on the weaknesses that Spartan tactics might present. Number 5. The Army of Napoleon. Now, let's journey to the era of Napoleon Bonaparte, where the Grande Army, with its combined arms approach and strategic brilliance, could present a distinctive challenge to the Spartans. Imagine the disciplined Spartans facing the highly organized and strategically versatile Grande Army. Here's why Napoleon's forces might pose a considerable threat. Firstly, the combined arms approach. Spartans, accustomed to the traditional phalanx formation, might struggle against the diverse tactics employed by the Grande Army. The integration of infantry, artillery, and cavalry could disrupt the Spartans' conventional battlefield strategies. Strategic brilliance marks another crucial aspect. Napoleon, a military genius, was renowned for his innovative and unpredictable tactics. Spartans, known for their disciplined but somewhat predictable phalanx, could find themselves outmaneuvered and strategically outwitted on the battlefield. Technological advancements play a role as well. The Grande Army, equipped with firearms and artillery, could engage Spartans from a distance. The traditional Spartan shields, effective against melee weapons, might prove less formidable against the firepower of Napoleon's forces. Logistical superiority is a significant factor. The Grande Army, with its advanced logistics and supply chains, could outlast the Spartans in prolonged engagements. The ability to maneuver across vast distances and sustain a protracted campaign might challenge the Spartans' reliance on shorter, decisive battles. In summary, the clash between Spartans and the Napoleonic Grande Army would be a clash of traditional versus modern warfare. Napoleon's combined arms approach, strategic brilliance, technological advancements, and logistical superiority could present a formidable challenge to the disciplined but conventionally rooted Spartans. Now, let's journey to the era of Napoleon Bonaparte, where the Grande Army, with its combined arms approach and strategic brilliance, could present a distinctive challenge to the Spartans. As we wrap up this journey through historical hypotheticals, remember that battles on paper are as imaginative as they come. So, if you're ever in a time-traveling pickle and have to choose between Spartans, Mongols, Romans, Knights, Janissaries, or Napoleon, just hit pause, grab some popcorn, and enjoy the show. After all, history's a wild ride, and who knows what surprises might await in the next episode. Stay curious, stay historical, and until next time, keep wondering.